So our story continues with Vegito in his new form, standing with his mysterious black horns blaring out of his forehead and the V mark on his chest glowing a violent purple, as black signature lightning coats his entire figure. While in front of him, a giant titan, created of course by Madara, the second of the 5 strongest, stands still, intimidatingly.
I mean, that thing is huge, I'm not gonna lie. That thing actually is pretty huge.
Madara remains as cocky looking as ever.
It's very so much to the Ultra Instinct apparitions, right?
It seems, by Vegito's new appearance, as he grabs onto his mask eccentrically and lets out... Well, would you look at that? You changed yet again. And this time, not just your hair color changed. How curious.
Yeah, he's like a Super Saiyan 4 now.
Oh, I have to say you look far less intimidating than earlier. Even with those embarrassingly small horns on your head. I don't believe that is supposed to be part of a Saiyan's anatomy, if I know my primates well. More like, in fact, what you see on a demon. Just all the more reason why you should no longer exist anymore, Vegito. And finally, in typical fashion, Vegito begins laughing in response, before saying back, "So, just because I grew some horns, I'm a demon that doesn't deserve to exist, huh? But you gods just are freely able to go around annihilating.
So I'm guessing, I'm actually
planets,
guessing Vegito was actually like fully coated, like in a dark aura, or like he was literally just dark the whole time. That last episode.
You're saying?
That's
you have
crazy.
to just love the truly stupid logic you elderly gods stick to. Silence, you damn child! But suddenly,
oh no, Madara is mad.
Concerted demeanor,
he's angry now. Okay, watch out!
Can be heard in the
watch
voice
out, guys.
As he yells, pointing down at Vegito. I've had enough of your insolence, you puny scum, and enough of your damn sob story. Boo-hoo! A few weak gods from this realm killed your friends and family, and now you have a vendetta against us all? Give me a break. We gods are what hold these universes together, and even the realms above, too. You wouldn't even exist without beings like us. This whole place would be overrun with the demon realm. You're lucky you absorbed that weak one, because if it was one of the true emperors that were released, the Grand Priest or Zeno themselves would no longer be able to watch you like some circus act. For soon, Madara's mannerism turns back to sinister as he continues. In fact, this all only began because you killed a god. Because you killed Beerus. Because of that one action, all of those innocent little earthlings had to die. Your sons, your wives, your friends.
Oh no, man.
All gone forever.
Madara's gonna strike a nerve now.
In actuality, it was all because of you. Not anybody else. It was because of you, Vegito.
Yeah.
But in response,
yeah, he's gonna strike a nerve here, bro.
Stare manifests on Vegito's face as he no longer can listen to any more. He just simply spits out, "Watch your tongue." But this blunt response only serves to make Madara laugh once more, as he grabs his mask again and continues, "Watch my tongue? Or what, mortal? Have you forgotten already exactly who I am? You seem to have completely lost your marbles after what I just said. What's wrong? Did I say something that stung? Earthling killer?"
Oh no. Oh no.
Madara says that final line, with complete silence, Vegito just then raises his black lightning-covered palm into the sky before then closing his palm as if now sealing someone's fate. But curiously, nothing seems to happen. What was that supposed to be? You truly are a joke. If I'm such a joke, then start laughing.
Start laughing. Whoa!
As suddenly, out of nowhere from the heavens themselves, or maybe even the demon realm, a massive strike of black thunder shoots down and hits directly on the giant titan containing Madara.
Is that the
Titan's?
Titan's?
The apparition instantly, as its entire insides and skeletal structure become visible for an instant.
It has bones? Oh damn, I thought it was just an apparition.
The giant being crashing down onto one knee and onto its right fist. Immediately tilting Madara, who experiences the massive G-force of the fall too, as he then lets out angrily, "What the hell? Did this mortal just command down lightning from this god-forsaken planet? Who the hell does he think he is? Some kind of thunder god? Where did he go?"
Hey yo, Raiden, bro.
But suddenly, mid-sentence,
bro, shout out to Raiden.
Madara turns with the Titan to see where Vegito is. He quickly notices the God Killer is nowhere to be
I guess you could say shout out to
anymore.
Thor as well.
Angering the impatient second as he yells out, "Damn it! That vile scrounger managed to distract me with that little magic trick. But now where the devil has he gone? The devil's right here, Madara." But suddenly, the voice of the God Killer is heard once more. Leading to Madara quickly turning around.
Oh, is he behind him? Where is he?
Only for the smiling Vegito to now appear right behind him.
Okay, yeah, he is
Within
behind
the
him.
giant titan too, as Vegito nonchalantly lets out, "So this is what it's like inside this giant."
Oh, he's actually inside of his apparition. Oh, I didn't know that.
Thought it looked weird at first, but it's kind of cozy. What? What are you doing in here? Immediately leaving the panicked Madara to react in fear. Now looking head-on at the newly transformed Vegito as he folds his arms without a care in the world.
Vegito looks crazy right
Madara
here, dude.
continue, "If you don't get out of my sight, right?"
Oh damn.
Shut up! Before suddenly, with the fastest and most brutal of kicks, Vegito slams his foot 300
Yeah, Vegito's on a whole new level,
right into
guys.
the
He's on a
chest of
whole
Madara.
new
So
level.
hard, it almost seems like his foot penetrated right through into the deity's body. Sending Madara shooting out straight from the great samurai and right down to the ground.
So much for the
as if
apparition,
falling from
damn.
a skyscraper. And once we zoom in, the legendary second is seen as helpless as any of the mortals he used to look down on, as the force of Vegito's kick continues sending him down, acting like its own force of gravity. Until, with a violent crash, Madara smashes straight into a group of sharp rocks and boulders on the ground below, and unable to do a thing about it. Meanwhile though, now all alone, now within the Titan Madara created, in the middle of the center crystal, Vegito remains. And looking around at his surroundings, he soon comments with a curious smirk, "Interesting. This seems to be a little different to the giant I can create via Ultra Instinct. Let's see how this thing works, huh?"
Yeah, I mean, it literally has skeleton bones inside of it. Like, I think that is pretty much pretty different, right?
Pile of rubble on the floor.
Similar but
A
different.
slight rumble can be heard until, with a crash, something bursts forth. Something or someone I'm sure we all know. As the hand of the second is then seen bursting out with a murmur until...
Oh, damn.
Finally, the second of the 5 strongest emerges in full, damaged but still able to move and full of anger. You!
I mean, it's pretty much thanks to Madara that Vegito reached this form, right?
For the first time in millennia, he would continue. How dare you use my tools as your own? How dare you use the possessions of the deities, you damn mortal? A weakling like you has no place touching these things, and nor will you possess even an inkling of the power and grace needed to use them either. Stop fooling yourself and get out! Oh, really? But in response, Ultra Vegito, of course, just breaks out in laughter. His grin
Dude, how many times have Vegito laughed, bro, in this whole
again,
series?
as if to strike Madara with thunder again, before saying, so I can't handle this level of power, you say, huh? Not enough grace. I guess that's because of these horns too, right? Well, let's just put that to the test then, shall we?
Okay, I'm looking Vegito.
As instantly, on command of Vegito, with even
Whoa.
more speed and precision than before,
He's
the
controlling
giant apparition pulls back its giant sword and angles its trajectory straight for Madara. What? No! Leaving the second momentarily stunned in place as he just observes his own most powerful weapon turn on him inexplicably due to the actions of a mortal.
Whoa! Whoa!
With a
Whoa, damn.
thunderous roar and explosion of force, the giant then slams instantly
that was
the
loud.
enemy's
That was
blade
loud. Whoa.
straight down onto the second without mercy. All the while, Ultra Vegito watches from
I
within.
mean, hopefully he can destroy his own
And
creations,
amazingly,
right?
the force and power of such a divine tool, when we zoom out into space, slices the entire planet in half in the aftermath also.
Whoa, what?
Causing a portion to instantly then separate and be lost to the void of space as it slowly moves away. Oops! And with such monstrous
damn.
destruction
Whoa.
done, a cheeky smile comes across Vegito's face as he covers his mouth to stop himself from
Oops,
laughing,
okay.
and then says, "Looks like I went a little too far. Who knew I had such grace? Hey, Madara?"
Grace.
No worries though. I don't seem to detect any other life forms on this desolate planet anyway.
Okay, that's good, that's
I
good.
guess that old codger Arak wanted to fight me all alone. Respectable for a god, I guess. But what about this one? Is he dead already or what? Not a chance, god killer! But of course,
Okay, Madara's
from
still
behind
alive,
Vegito,
okay.
the very same voice of the god he was talking
My
about
Naruto
shouts
GOAT
out
Madara's still
all the time.
alive, okay.
And practically unbothered though, Vegito would then just turn around slowly, with a smile inquiring, "Oh, there you are, Mr. Second. Thought I lost you there for a moment. How are you doing? You look a little different." Get out!
Oh, damn, whoa.
As shockingly, Madara does indeed appear behind Vegito, but not as we remember.
Yeah, his mask
As
is
now his
broken,
entire
right?
fit appears totally damaged in all aspects, with his left leg and right arm now exposed, and crucially, now his mask broken and revealing one of his dangerous eyes. As with a cold look, he would let out, "You will pay a far dearer price than whatever the priest had in mind now, boy. Do as you like with these lower gods, but make a fool of one of the five, and you will pay for eternity, my friend." Immediately leading to Madara rushing in now point blank at a stood still Vegito with his right leg fully pulled back. Off with your head! Managing to land straight on what appears as the God Killer's face for devastating impact.
Doesn't look like he's blocking.
That is, of course, until the true
Hey, yo.
impact is seen.
This is a callback to
Giggling
Cell and
Vegito's
Vegeta,
neck
huh?
Bent to the side, but an unbothered look, showing us just how little the attack did, as he quips, "Off with my head? You're lucky to itch my ear with something like
Damn,
that.
itch his ear?
Have you
Oh,
gotten
no.
weaker or something? I don't remember you being so pathetic. What? How dare you! In a flash, triggering Madara, who remains pushing his leg harder and harder, hoping to budge Vegito even an inch. While Vegito was smiling, Vegito would just look him dead in the eyes and let out, "Wait, that's not all you've got, is it? Come on, do something actually entertaining." What a disappointment you are, Madara. Guts will be rolling in his grave. Before instantly grabbing onto Madara's prone leg, before sweeping his grip back in a stance, ready to throw him like a shot put, as he says crassly, "Perhaps it's time you join him there." Yeah! Suddenly then throwing the legendary second of the 5 with vicious force straight down once again, as the helpless Madara can barely do a thing. Shooting down directly to the ground like a laser beam within nanoseconds, shaking the very core.
That's crazy how his apparition thing got used against him. That's
but
crazy.
Once again, though there is an eerie silence under the rubble at first, it's not long before... Madara, in an intoxicated rage, would burst out even more damage than ever before. And now, with his entire face unmasked for the first time,
that's how
his
he
true
looks.
emotional anger now being finally visible. As once his face calms back down, as he stands surrounded in electricity, through gritted teeth, he lets out, "You. This joke has gone on long enough. I don't remember the last time I ever even felt the cold air on my skin. Your death will be colder, God Killer. Whatever's going on here cannot be allowed. A mere mortal contending with me. This has to be some form of trick. The same you used to defeat Guts, no doubt. If only I still had my sword. This battle would already be over." And for a moment, with this statement uttered, there's a period of silence as Madara stands before the menacingly tall Titan. But from within, Vegito, now showing his same side, grows curious over Madara's claims.
Oh shoot, here we go, it's Vegeta all over again from the Cell Saga,
Even
bro.
after seeing the clear difference in our powers, you still underestimate me so much that you think it's just because you're missing your sword? Do you really believe the utter garbage you're spouting out, or are you trying to make me angry?
Oh no.
But Madara, now smiling cunningly back at Vegito, would then respond, "Oh, most definitely, my young friend. There isn't a shade of doubt in my mind. You'd be finished if I had my legendary blade back with me. I have mastered the art of swordsmanship.
That blade
over
broke.
millions of
That
years.
blade is gone, dude.
There isn't a warrior alive who could best me when a katana is in my possession. You forget, those same sword skills you were so impressed by from Guts were all just the meager teachings I gave him while he studied under me. This isn't even a question. After all, you do remember what happened the last time you attacked me with my blade in hand, don't you, God Killer?" As behind Madara, a flashback is then seen to the moment the second instantly beheaded Vegito. The first time they ever clashed. And in final response, the God Killer would then curiously begin biting onto the glove of his left hand, slowly pulling on it until finally completely removing it and revealing his bare arm.
Okay.
Until suddenly, with his glove still in mouth, muffling his tones, Vegito would hold out his palm straight towards Madara with his energy absorbing device on full show. This immediately alarming the second as he changes stance into one which is presumably defensive, as he yells back, "So, Your response is just to blast me from all the way up there, huh? Cowardly move, mortal. But fine. Sword or not, I will still find a way to expose your weakness. You are nothing to me! But as Madara rants on his assumptions, meanwhile, the shape of the giant energy apparition in the distance begins to distort.
Oh, is he absorbing? Oh, he absorbed the
legs
apparition.
and arms first, and then finally, near completely, as it disappears into a swirl that seems to be centered all around Vegito. And of course, once we zoom in closer,
he absorbed
we see
that,
the
and I was not
reasoning
expecting
obvious,
that.
as through his energy absorption device, Ultra Vegito takes in all of the energy that Madara had released to create the Titan. And eventually, nothing is then left, as everything vanishes in a puff of smoke. Delicious. With Vegito's own palm being red hot and smoking itself from just how quick and concentrated the energy absorption was, before then placing back on his glove with the lowest of urgency. Leaving Madara now open-mouthed, having seen this technique for the first time, as he comments, "This vile creature! So this is what you meant by tasting my energy. You can absorb it. Yet another thing you have stolen from me.
Yeah.
Enjoy it while you can. But I warn you, that wasn't even a fraction of my true power." But nonchalantly, as Vegito with his folded arms descends to the ground with a muffled thud, he would just then say, "Oh, I know that. Would be a bit embarrassing if that was any real percentage of your energy, because I barely felt it. That might be because now your energy is meaningless to me, or maybe it's because you haven't got that little toothpick of yours to attack me with. And if that's what you think,
he called it a toothpick.
who am I not to believe you?" Tell me, Madara, are you a righty or a lefty? Before, without any hesitation, Vegito suddenly lifts his arm to grab onto his right horn and then...
Whoa, what is happening?
A raucous scream straight out of the pits of hell, Vegito's entire face becomes covered in veins, as he seemingly begins yelling as if putting all his energy and strength into one mystery action. Huh? Now what is this freak doing? Another transformation? Panicking Madara as he begins to step back from the sudden change in mannerism from Vegito. Come on! As soon, something very interesting begins to be seen as
He
Vegito
ripped out the horn?
slowly
What
pulls
the-
out his horn until... Once fully pulled out with a
Oh my
splatter of
gosh.
blood, what is inexplicably revealed is
It's
an
a
entire
sword?
katana at the base of the horn, covered in black lightning.
But did he form that with
Disorientated
energy? How is
Vegito
that even
just
there?
lets out. "Ugh. Well, that's going to hurt in the morning." Ugh. What is he?
Yeah.
Madara now even more
Oh, whoa.
gobsmacked at what this supposed mortal can do, as he watches on wide-eyed, just muttering out incoherent
That
sounds
looked painful, I'm not
until...
gonna lie.
Yeah, I believe this will be a suitable replacement for what you had. It's imbued with half of my energy after all, so consider it evening the playing field. And just like that, Madara quickly grabs onto the handle as if second nature, peering at it from the side of his eye with curiosity taking in its obvious power. And now as silent as a baby given its dummy, Madara would then hold up the blade and stare down, assessing its quality before saying, "Fine craftsmanship. The materials seem high quality too. This is the work of a mortal. Before seemingly all his confidence returns, as he pulls back the sword and stares at the now one-horned Vegito, and then saying, "So, you say this blade contains half your power? Well, let us see if you're bluffing or not. Somehow, I don't think I should be trusting one as demonic as you. Let's see what this thing can do!" As instantly, in a strange sword stance, the second then swipes his new blade with full power, striking nothing. But once we see things from Vegito's perspective, even with just a swipe in the air, a huge current of sharp wind rushes straight for an unmoving Vegito.
Okay.
And with Vegito's hair
Was he
blowing
just
in all
testing it out?
directions
He's not actually like
and
attacking
rubble
him?
crackling on his body as the airstream gets closer and closer to him, Vegito would say, "I told you so," before vanishing just in time. And then reappearing as just a stream of air from that one swipe leads to a massive mountain behind being sliced clean in half. As Vegito then asks with a smirk, "So, does it meet your requirements then? Will I finally be able to see this true power of yours, Mr. Second?" And Madara, now enthralled with his new weapon, would not even pay any mind to Vegito, as he would stare into the blade and with a smile say, "Oh yes, this will meet the job and then some. I do believe you've made a grave mistake here, Vegito. It seems once again you let your overconfidence create your downfall. And now I'm ready to put you down for eternity. Forget what that priest wants. I can deal with him later. I'm erasing you from existence here and now." As immediately,
Alright,
with
he's
his body
ready.
contorted into
Ready to
his
show his,
signature sword stance, the
he's ready for his sword
Madara
skills, man. Let's
displays
see
a
it.
quietly confident smirk, knowing full well in his mind how this battle will now go. Now that's the spirit! But as Madara's confidence grows, Vegito's enthusiasm does too. As with his arms folded once again, almost looking down at the second, he would simply just say, "Come then, I haven't got all day." With not a moment in vain, Madara
Alright,
would
I'm
then
assuming
blast
this is
off
his
at
full
Vegito
power right here,
with
so let's see
fury
it.
in his eyes,
Let's see it, Madara.
and his
Let's go.
now demonic sword in hand. While Vegito himself would just begin angling his body forward with a cocky smirk, readying himself for battle, even with his arms still folded. But just as Madara slashes his blade, Vegito, even with half energy, dodges perfectly, still not letting go of his hands as he smirks and comments, "Oops, just missed me there, friend. Why don't you try again? Maybe you've grown a little rusty in the few minutes you've been without a blade. Right, Sword Master?" Shut up! Shut up! Triggering Madara mid-attack,
God damn.
he soon begins to doubt himself, thinking, "What happened there? The strike was pin perfect. Timing, movement, speed, it couldn't get any better. Was that just a fluke? It has to be! Just die!" As now enraged and losing himself from within, Madara would swing aimlessly.
Even at his
and
full
with acute
power, it's
ferocity
not cutting
in
it.
every direction,
It's not gonna work.
While Vegito, still with his arms folded, would dodge everything like playing with a mere child. To think you may have actually put an end to me if you hadn't shown me that nightmare. What a horrific thing to do. And you think you gods are righteous, forcing me to see my loved ones die over and over, while I could do nothing but stand and watch. That wasn't nice, Madara. That wasn't nice at all!
Whoa.
Before, with a slight hint of anger in his tone, Vegito would launch his legs straight through Madara's torso once again, leaving the second to spit out blood and almost pop his eyeballs straight out of his
pop
head.
his eyeballs. Oh, damn.
But this time, Madara isn't sent for a crash landing, but instead skids back on the soles of his feet, grabbing onto his chest in pain, or in an exhausted state, letting out... This can't be happening to me. This is like fighting a real S-tier demon. Something isn't adding up here.
S-tier demons is like
but
this?
But as Vegito watches on with an air of patronization, he would cockily comment, "Oh, my dear Madara, when will you let go of this ego that you have from being a so-called god, and just accept this absolute gulf between our power levels? Our difference in strength was never anything to do with your weapon, but everything to do with your pathetic existence. Those who talk down to the gods will meet their fate one day, and if I can't be the one to do it with my abilities, then I shall destroy you along with this planet!" Immediately then launching his blade downwards.
Yep, here we go with this destroy the planet thing.
Going with the blade's power, the whole planet would blow instantly. But just as the blade reaches mere centimeters away from impact... What? Standing there unbelievably, as if having teleported, the God Killer uses his own foot as a shield against the planet.
Damn.
Not grimacing in the slightest, despite the confirmed.
So it was like damn near like glass or something like that. It was like a steel. It was basically like steel, like a steel foot. It just could not go through. That's crazy.
Down on him, he unfolds his arms and says with a concerted smile, "Tut tut, what a brainless resort from you. But I guess it's to be expected of such reckless gods, so desperate to not be one-upped by the mortals they spit on. Unfortunately for you, one of you silly deities already tried to pull that dirty trick on me once, and I won't be falling for it again. Don't you dare compare me to those low-life destroyers!
He's still going at it.
Madara fruitlessly try once again to slaughter Vegito, not remembering seconds ago how impossible the task will be.
Damn, whoa.
Enough, little piggy. But before Madara can embarrass himself any further, Ultra Vegito sheds a tear of mercy and punches him in the solar plexus immediately, knocking the wind straight from within him.
Damn.
And left coughing in pain and agony now.
Before he could even embarrass himself. Damn, that's messed up, dude.
How? But as Vegito walks closer and Madara tries to use his katana,
I almost feel kind of bad, like a little bit, but not really. Just a tiny bit.
Wait, before you take my energy, mortal, just as you did my students, allow me one request. I have one last gift for you before I go. A gift I wanted to give Guts, but you as the one who bested both he and I, is more deserving of it.
What is that?
And Vegito, looking down proudly like a god himself, would then respond, "Of course. Unlike you gods, I know the meaning of mercy. Say your final words and feel free to give me this gift. I'm sure I shall treasure it always." And just as Vegito says this, Madara takes his chance and immediately grabs onto the arms of the unmoving Vegito. and for a second, there is an air of curiosity as Vegito remains still, just watching as Madara tries his best. But as the second looks up and continues, "Sorry for the abrupt grab. I just need to look you in the eyes as I give you this." To which a cold and unbothered Vegito will just respond, "Go on then, I'm waiting." Demon flames!
Demon flames.
As Madara shouts out this call, his eyes change once again and leak blood, as Vegito is instantly caught on fire with what seems an intense black fire, soon engulfing his entire face in nanoseconds before ending the God Killer's life as his whole face is burned away instantaneously, left with nothing
Ghost Rider,
but a
bro.
singed skull still burning in what seems like unending flames. I knew it! I knew I could do it! Call yourself a
He looks
demon,
messed up, dude.
then you will burn like one. These flames will burn for as long as I live. Sealed straight from the demon realm. You grew cocky, God Killer, and that is why... But soon,
that's why what?
Serotonin the second was experiencing is cut short, as a horrific sight then stares him back in the face. What? I thought you were going to give me a gift, friend. Hurry up. I feel like it's getting a little hot. Leaving Madara with nothing to say but whispers and
oh my
cries.
gosh, dude.
Looking at what could only
That
be
shot
described
is crazy, bro.
worst nightmare. And soon, Vegeta would then just grab onto the skull of Madara, bleeding and crying from his eyes, with both hands and say lovingly, "Oh, you poor little thing. You look like you've seen a ghost. How about I just put you to sleep now, so you can forget all about it." And just like that, within seconds, Madara would fall to his knees, and then eventually face first onto the ground, now deceased, with all his energy given by God.
Oh damn, so
With that done,
well, did he just like take all of his energy through his energy absorption, or like was that some Ghost Rider stuff, bro? What the hell?
As he slowly then begins laughing, the goo would then formulate around his skull. Until soon forming the perfect shape of his face.
Yeah, I mean,
and
these
then,
Majin Buu powers was like a must-have, dude.
As with the flames now all gone and covered in black lightning, Ultra Vegito would stand good as new once again without a scratch on him. Now truly immortal with the power.
That's crazy, dude. That is insane.
But as this scene takes place, curiously, it begins being watched on a familiar screen. And then when we see the petite Zeno smiling as he watches, he would then innocently comment, "Wow, Son Goku has got even stronger. Amazing. And now he looks even more cool." But as Zeno says this, a visibly annoyed Grand Priest would carefully slam his palms onto the table, looking with his side eye, careful to not show his anger to the Omni King, and says, "Yes, so very cool. Seems Madara made one too many mistakes, but I guess that is to be expected by one of the two weakest in the five. The rest will not fail. I promise that." But Zeno, with a strange look on his face, would have other plans, and reply, "I'm not sure I want to see that die. I think Goku will just win again. I want to see something different. I think I think I should send one of the guards to fight him.
The guards.
What?
The guards. That's overkill,
dude. One of the most unexpected lines in the whole story.
The guards. That's overkill, bro.
And the Grand Priest stepped back in pure disbelief over what they had just heard, and now leave us wondering what on earth will happen to Ultra Vegito now.
Yeah, I think if the guards go against him, he's gonna get cooked. That's what I think. Okay. Anyway, there you guys have it, guys. We're gonna go on straight to the next episode, guys. Let's get to it.